So I'm excited about it.
You know what's hilarious is before I got into real estate, I didn't realize how many people out there just have like these accounts to the side where throwing around 50, 80, $100,000 towards something is like not a big deal to them.
Yeah.
Like it's just sitting around and they're like, "Hey, go play with this." And listen, even if you don't make anything, like and you don't lose too much, like I don't even care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Like it's
last
just
night, my
so
invest,
wild. In my
it's
mind, it was
crazy.
just so wild that there was even like people like that because I like that was so outside of my mind frame of like money. Like that's how
Yeah.
like my thermostat and my like the way that I thought about money like at the very beginning, I was just shocked.
Yeah.
But now it's like you put out a post like that, and people that have seen you for the last year or two doing what you do are like, "Oh yeah, how much do you want?"
Yeah.
Brad,
It's crazy.
are you guys going to use fractional or do like an investing group?
Well, we're not, I mean, we aren't planning to use fractional right now. We're trying to put all the pieces together, right? Like,
Okay.
um, of what it is we're really going to do. What's funny is I put an offer on a potential flip property on whatever day, Wednesday. We didn't get it, but there was a group of three of us that were going in on it. Right. So we sort of started the process of like one person was going to take the rehab costs. I was going to pull the first hard money loan, and we were sort of assessing out all the details. But like I'm kind of cautious to do like a giant project to begin with like a lot of people. Like I'm more like, hey, let's get three people involved, and we can just do properties. But again, it's sort of a lot of this just sussing out and figuring out the details because we got to make sure we got all the contracts in place, all the paperwork, we're doing it legally, tax implications, all that kind of stuff. So
Cool.
That's
Good
where,
job.
um,
yeah. And then I don't know what Stella requires for fractional, but that's where fractional could be so cool because they do that all for you. Like
yeah,
it's definitely something to dive into from that perspective. But anyway,
Sweet.
yay.
Cool update. Love it.
I
Who's
love
next?
how Brad like lit up and just like talked for more than 30 seconds about it. Hell, it's his passion.
Now Brad's like, I'm gonna stop talking because someone's about to challenge me to do something with it. It's like, no, I'm gonna leave you alone.
Yeah. 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 Well, I love that for you, Brad. And my gratitude has to do with Brandon too. I just started coaching with Brandon this week on speaking, and he's phenomenal. Just really, it's more about like not so much standing on stage as it is how I communicate with people, like in this environment with my team, everything. So I'm super pumped about that and excited to see where that goes. He's a fun one to be in relationship with and kind of have in our world.
Word.
I'm thankful to have a closing the first of the week that was new construction, so it took a long time, and there were very challenging. They were not my clients, but they were very challenging people. So glad to have that done.
Right
Mine
on.
is it's Friday, so that's typically a family fun day. So doing some business stuff this morning, and then we'll have some family time here this afternoon.
Word. Excellent.
I'm thankful that my oldest came home for he's only was only home for one night and he's leaving again. But it was just really nice to see him because he hasn't been home since August. And then also I was at two different conference things this week. One of them was down in Branson with my brokerage, and then the other was the on Wednesday, and Matt was there. It was a really great, just like got so much information from both of them. So just really excited for both of those opportunities.
Is that everybody?
It is.
What you guys want to talk about? Freestyle Friday. I know last week I kind of went off on it a little bit, took it somewhere, and yet that's okay. I just want to say, like, everyone's cameras and everything's just looking really good. Like, the group is leveling up. I just want to say, like, you guys are looking really good.
I had to compete with you. Yeah, like this.
There's no competition.
We had to step up to your level. It's not quite there yet.
There is no competition. However, it I think it makes a difference. Cool. So what do you guys want to talk about? What what is going on in your world right now when it comes to sellers? It's the only thing I really want to talk about moving forward.
I
Sellers.
got something.
Yeah.
Um, so we've kind of been on the topic of, posting, getting out there, social media, stuff like that. Um, I don't even know where I heard it, but somewhere recently, someone said like, when you post, you're hitting like it was like 10% of
Mhm.
your people on your list or whatever. And so, I recently, actually this morning, got on an older friend of mine, um, who was just like a Facebook quit. Anyway, they bought a house, right? Didn't use me. It sucks. But it was like,
And you
again,
got to see it.
yeah, I got to see it. And like initially it was like, okay, like that sucks. But then it was like, we weren't like close friends. It was just like
Sure.
kind of like an entitlement from me. Like, if they were gonna buy a house, of course it would be through me.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so that got me thinking again of, okay, when we're posting, obviously you need to make sure everybody sees it. So back to like the 10% side, does anybody like is it the more you post, the more people it goes to, or is it just like a certain way that you're posting will get past the 10%? Like what does anybody know how to deal with that? Because I don't want to post a million times if it's just going to go to the same, 10% of people. So what are things that help that?
So, number one, do you have your profile set as a professional profile?
Yes.
Okay, so do you have access to your professional dashboard?
Hmm.
Do you go in there monthly and take a look at what content is being seen and by whom? Because it lets you know how much is being seen by followers and non-followers.
No.
Okay, so number one is you're going to want to go back through and audit some of your posts. Take a look at what is the most performing types. So for whatever reason, my profile photos, static photos that I post with a story are getting more engagement than anything else.
Like
So it used to be stories, it used to be reels. Right now, static photos with a post with engagement on it is getting like 10x on it. So take a look at the type of post that you're posting, who's seeing it, and then this is why in the Friend Connect, one of the techniques is go through your list on social media, like, comment, engage with your group, because the
Mhm.
algorithm is only putting stuff in front of about 10% of your followers because it thinks that's what they're going to want. Because unless there's direct engagement, it doesn't know who wants to see what. So every week, as you're going through your entire database and liking, commenting on a story, sharing something, and again, saying more than 5 words. That's what the algorithm's got a threshold of, like, if you're going to comment, don't just put fire emoji, smile, fist bump. It's if you actually give 5 words or more, that's a true engagement. Um, when you engage for a short period of time, there's like a buffer of the next stuff that you see is going to hit their feed, and if they continue to engage, then you start to build up that. It's it used to be called edge rank, and there used to be a way where you can visually see like how much affinity you have with your sphere. There used to be a tool that could do that, that could scrape social and see who you're really connected to. But the algorithm, like, I think somebody mentioned that the algorithm for Facebook and Instagram changes over 400 times a year. Like it's constantly being edited. So just being purposeful with following, engaging, commenting, sharing people's stuff will get your stuff in front of more people. having different types of stuff could get it in front of more people. And then that's, that's the organic method. You can pay.
Well,
Yeah.
but if you're wanting to get in front of people you already know, sphere relational, right? And so what Matt talked about, I'm experiencing the same thing. Static photos are getting the most, and they're getting the most reach to my followers. Reels, which you do a lot of, and I think it's great and you should continue to do, but your reels are typically what reach a new audience. Reels right now are really being kind of more shown to test the waters, get outside of your individual group. So I think what's probably most important for you, Ramil, is continue your reels because you're reaching new audience, drawing people in, but then also make sure you're adding in an element where at least half of what you're posting is to like more static posts, and then obviously putting stories in there. And you'll probably notice like a lot of my stories are repetitive of what's in my posts, like in my feed too, whether it's a reel or a post. You don't have to get super creative, or it's just like where I'm at right now. Stories are very whatever. But I feel like stories and posts reach your followers a lot more than reels do right now.
Consistency and volume too. The more that you're posting and the more consistent you are, Facebook and Instagram are automatically going to push your content out. And that was one thing they were talking about. Michelle has talked about that too. Um, I this week did this. I do this every year. It's called one day. It's this one day you post, make one post every hour, right? Um, it was all just static posts. I started getting likes and comments from people that I didn't even know we were friends, like just people that I haven't seen in forever. People I was like, who is this? And it's just because I was putting so much stuff out there. And it's interesting. Matt talked about the algorithm changing 400 times a year, so it's changing every single day. The algorithm picked up that I was putting out a crap ton of stuff in one day and started sending it to a lot more people. And I think it goes along with what we were talking about. We need to 10x our content. That's how you start getting past that 10% block. Just put all the things out there.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a combination of things because I think the 10x
Mhm.
and all of that, like again, I think that's getting beyond
Yeah.
your initial follower. It's going to increase what it shows to your followers, but it's adding to your followers, or it's just really being intentional, building relationship. She's super girly, so from a perspective of you following her and wanting to like actually, follow her and read her stuff might be a little bit much, but like if you follow Rachel Lee Adams and just look at the like what she does, how she creates a community, that's a really good example of how to keep things like build this little nest of followers and people that are close to you that feels like a community. Where if you look at something like what John Sheplac does, where he's posting a lot, I think he has a community, don't get me wrong, but his is more like definitely pulls in a lot of new people too.
Are you guys there?
It just got real quiet for a second.
We got 10 minutes. We'll all just stare at each other.
Well, I was just playing around. So like here, let me share my screen. I'm not I'm not I'm not
Oh,
experting in this and I don't know what we're looking at, right? So if I go into my professional dashboard, it'll show like overall views. Like this last 30 days, I'm down. I average anywhere from 28 to 30,000 views a month. Obviously, Halloween was a big one for something. So there was something that was going on there. And then 11 new net followers. So if I take a look at that, and then see where it happened. So on October 21st, November 8th. And so, yeah, like there's people that are like, oh, I don't like this stuff. He's too positive. I don't like that. Right. And then so the content I can take a look at and see, okay, what what isn't what's working and what's not working, right? So I can see, all right, there's a story. And some of these I'm shared, right? So somebody else posted and then shared me and I reshared it. Um, so video story, same. Oh, this one I shared as well with Glenda. views, reach, interactions. Here we go. Yeah, November 1st. Uh, this is the one for, Halloween. The Great Pumpkin for my daughter. That had a lot of fun. Everyone talked about that. And then our Halloween post there. So,
Matt, click on insights
here we go.
and then
Here.
kind of scroll down a little. That's where you can.
Yeah, so see, like photos and text right now are outperforming everything. And then what's interesting is I've got 28% of non-followers are viewing, which is really cool. But I only have 5% of my stories are reels. Top content. This is one I stole from somebody else, and it worked really, really well. And then just family engagement stuff, hilarious stuff. Got uh what is this text? What is this? Oh, yeah, I just did a text post and it got a lot of stuff. So I go through and I'm going to audit, right? So like, okay, view October 31st. All right. So these are the two kinds of posts that really did really, really well. If I click into that, it was, first time the girls, da, 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 da. And then there was just a ton of engagement.
Something you're really good at, Matt, is you don't just post it and walk away. Like you stay
Oh,
engaged with people that are
I'm
commenting.
in. Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
post and ghost. I get after people in there. If you take the time to comment or engage, I'm gonna roll with you.
And that's important. Michelle has talked about what was it, like the 10-10-10 rule or something like that, where
Five,
you, 5-5-5. Okay.
five.
So go to five. Well, I'll let you explain it. I'm gonna mess it up. But
The high five is going to find 5 people you haven't connected with in a while and make a post of at least 5 words or more on their on their stuff. And then friend 5 additional new people every day. And then uh what was I going to say? Then I always do happy birthdays too. That generates a lot. Even this just using like the more generic happy birthday posts, they're thanking you, they're liking it. It is still making connection, even if you're not sending something super personal. So I mean, I feel like I get really good engagement on my page, and really good connection. Like I've got a really good community. I always know with every post that I make, I'm gonna have a couple people that jump on or DM me, and it's just staying engaged with people.
So Instagram for me, like I just model what I think top accounts are doing. And there are some accounts that when I follow, and it's not right away, but it's pretty quick after, they jump right into my DMs and they're like, "Hey man, thanks for the follow. I just checked out your profile. I love what you're doing. Let me ask you, what are you here for? Are you looking for more kind of content for fun? Are you looking for tips or ideas? What brought you here?" And I'm like, that was such a cool follow DM as opposed to like, "Hey, thanks for the follow. Go here to here's my link tree." You know, it's, "Hey, what brought you here? Was it a joke? Was it, or are you looking for some, like, is there a certain type of content that you're looking for? Let me send some your way or whatever." Like, I like that.
Yeah, and then I think when you go to their stuff and a lot of times I'll even do like an off comment. I think I've told you guys this before, where it's if they comment on my stuff, then I'm like, make a comment back, but then I'm always like, "Hey, I know this is out of the blue, but we haven't had coffee in a while, or I saw this, or I saw whatever." Like I'll comment it right in there too. So oddly
Yeah.
enough, I am at 40% non-followers right now.
Oh, cool.
I'm a need I haven't looked at this in a while. I'm like, I need to tap into that apparently.
Yeah. So check it. Like, and think about, like, I don't know. I don't look at it often either. Maybe once a month, I'll check in. Maybe twice a month, every 2 weeks to see what's going on. And like, I didn't even know, like I'm getting money. Facebook's sending me $4 or $8 at a time, which is fine. I'll take it. It's kind of weird.
I I get enough that it covers my check mark on both Instagram and Facebook. So I'm like, hey, if
Oh,
I'm
that's legit. That's really good. I'm
good.
not there yet. I'm not there yet. So working on it.
I don't think it's all about, it's funny what makes money too. Reels don't make very much money either. Even if I have like an awesome reel, it doesn't make that much money too. They're paying a lot more on like the photo stuff on the, but it's just weird. I have not figured out their algorithm for payment yet.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that there's some things where I'm like, how did that make that much? And then I'm like, how did that not make anything?
Mhm.
Someone on a podcast was talking about how the whole goal of Facebook and Instagram is to keep you in the app as long as possible, because then it's working. You're seeing more ads, all the things. And I was actually listening to it with a friend, and I was like, man, I want to be in it more because I want the better engagement, and everything, but I also don't want to sit there and just be on it all the time. And she laughed. She said, "I watch the stories while I'm in my shower." And I'm like, "What?" She literally turns, like, hits the button on her stories, sets her phone on the camera, and just lets it go. And it just, the whole time she's in the shower,
It just
the
rips
app's
through
getting to
stories.
know. Exactly. It's just going through stories. And she's like, "Man, I have seen such a difference in my engagement since doing that." I was like, I'm gonna watch my stories in the shower. And so I've started doing that, and I have noticed different people showing up. And I'm like, that's so silly. It's just one little thing, but it thinks that I'm spending, 30 minutes just watching stories. And so that it accomplishes one of their goals. They don't have to know I'm actually not looking at it.
Word. Great question, Ramil. So the question is, what's your plan of action? You can do a couple different things, right? You can do the 5x5 and then just commit to that. You can also say, hey, if anyone's going to comment, like, or engage, I'm going to reply or respond with something every time. And then set a time to do it, right? Like you don't have to do it in real time, like as it happens, but just say, all right, in the morning, I'm going to do all my follows in the morning. And then in the afternoon, I'm going to go and comment and engage and just set aside 15, 20 minutes.
I like the DM too to new followers. I like that a lot. Like more than just thanks for the ad or
Yeah.
whatever.
What brought you here? What are you looking to see more of?
Yeah.
I love that question. One of the guys was like, one of them was like, obviously you saw one of the ads. Which one was it that caused you to follow? And I was like, great question. It was this one. So
Sometimes
cool.
they ask you that though, and I'm like, I have no idea which one. I have no idea. I was actually trying to look for one. I felt like the girl got a little too wordy though. She she was really nice, but she sent me like a long message. I don't know, I can't find it. But she was really nice. She sent me like a long message and then she sent me like 10 like pages, like just like pictures that had all this information on it about stuff. And I'm like,
Some of them are running a copy and paste
uh-huh.
thing to get you into their system or funnel or
Yeah.
whatever.
I was
And
like,
then
what
like,
the
so
hell is
there's a balance of how do you create personalized engagement? And then also when it's appropriate, when someone was like, well, what about this? And they're like, hey, I don't know if this is for you, but I've got this here, check this out, or watch this video, or blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah.
so that's just selling through DMs. And that's its own like niche.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are at time. I'm excited to see your dashboards next time. So take a look at right. So make it a game, right? Take a look at where you're at today and like what's a measurable increment that you can like pay attention to and get more of. Do you want more non-follower engagement? Do you want more follower engagement? Do you want more follows or do you want more visibility? So pick one and then play with it this week and see what works, what moves the needle. And just be a scientist, be an experimenter. Go Chiefs. Big game this Sunday. Big game in the AFC West.
It's a good
Number
game.
3 versus number 1. A win here makes a big deal. Puts us in the wild card. Let's go.
Bye.